everybody. Welcome to She Believed. I am your host, Christina Guerrero. I'm so grateful that you joined me today. This is going to be like a mini bonus episode. For the last several episodes, I've been sharing some story and experiences from some pretty incredible women, if I might say so myself. But I thought I would jump on here every once in a while and just like the old times, just me and you. We'll just wax poetic about life and what's been going on. But I realized that there is something that I haven't really updated you on, and that is leaving people a little bit confused. I'll tell you a little bit more of that. But so season 1 of She Believed was based on my memoir, She Believed She Could. Each episode is a different chapter from my book. And I say that often, right? Or if I'm doing speaking engagements, or if I've done podcasting or anything else like that, when I'm talking about my work, I always go back to the memoir, which really kind of kicked off this whole thing of She Believed. And lately, I've been receiving questions. I mean, the best kind of question is, where can I find your book? Where can I buy your book? And I'm like, oh, I should probably tell you guys where the book is right now. So the book came first after sobriety, after breast cancer, after losing my job. Let's just say I had a little time on my hands and I needed to process. So I started writing and praying at the same time and just asking God, like, God, what is it that you're calling me to do next? And each time that I would write, I would feel this pull of like, yes, you're going in the right direction. And then before I knew it, the journaling and the writing turned into a full-blown memoir, like 285 pages. Actually, this is a funny story. So I'm writing the memoir and I don't realize just how much discipline and how hard it's going to be when I start. Probably because I don't know that when I started that I set out to write a book. I don't remember. But here I am, at my computer, just writing, and I imagine like smoke coming out of my fingertips, and I'm writing away, and it's all, pouring out of me, right? Like, oh my God. And then I come up for air and I'm like, oh my God, this book is almost done. And I was on page 8. I'm like, page 8? It took me 2 months to get to 8 pages. Needless to say, it takes a lot more than 8 pages to write a memoir. 285 pages later, I have a full-blown book. And I really had felt like God had called me to write the book. And I felt that if God called me to write the book, then he had a plan to also publish the book. I'm like, he must have it in with some like publishers in New York, right? So I started reaching out to people that I knew, and I'm not super familiar in the publishing world. So my reach was pretty limited at that time. But I was super bold also in asking, right? Like when I started my career in television, my reach was very small. And I just was pretty bold and audacious and would just knock on doors until somebody answered it. And so I really kind of took that same mentality and that same approach in this season. I had met somebody who'd worked at Audible. I thought that would be a great opportunity. I had reached out to somebody that I went to college with who had worked in Hollywood, and she'd worked and taking books to film, which is really what I wanted to do, right? Like I wanted my book to become a film or a TV show or something in that capacity. So I really thought, oh, that could be a really great relationship. So I reached out to her. I reached out to the guy at Audible, and I started to get a little bit of traction with both of these people. Needless to say, the friend from college ghosted me. I think what happened there was that it didn't hit the way she thought it was going to hit. I think she thought was like, well, this is really good, which was validating for me. This is really good. I'm going to send it to people. And then when we didn't get the green light right away, it was more probably work than she had anticipated. So she ghosted me. Whatever, no hard feelings. And then the Audible deal started moving forward. I had met with somebody years prior. I kind of kept his name in my back pocket, and I reached out to him. I sent him my materials, and I was like, hey, I think this could be a great collaboration. For me, I was like, if I could like get in with Audible, a huge name, this would be the kind of the break that I was looking for. That also moved kind of slowly. He was very interested, and then it would pull back, and then he was interested, and then it would pull back. So it was really much like this kind of mind game for me. I was going to say a different word, mind mess, a mind messer upper for me. But we finally got to a finish line, which was really exciting. I finally got a deal, and I was so grateful because he had vouched for me. He had rallied for me. He had championed me. And in the end, the deal just wasn't right. Like I just didn't feel like what they were offering and then what I had, I just didn't feel like the deal was right. And that was really hard to walk away from. I was like, I could have a deal with Audible, not very good deal. Or I could have no deal with Audible and just like still be kind of in square one, but still have the potential for this to be exactly what I want it to be. That was hard to walk away from, but also in my gut, I knew that it was the right thing to do. But like that momentum made me feel like, I think I've got something here. I think I've got a really good story here if I've already have people kind of interested. And so I keep moving it forward. I landed literary agent, which is kind of a big deal. And I'm going to be honest, I really thought, gosh, this is it. This is my golden ticket. I landed a literary agent. Her and her team are going to take it out, and I'm going to get a book deal like in the next couple weeks. It's a done deal. And while getting a literary agent is awesome, it doesn't guarantee anything. And so, the proposal went out to all of the big publishing houses, and I thought it was just like a matter of time before the deal was going to come in. And a week went by, and 2 weeks went by, and then 4 weeks went by, and then 2 months went by. And she had told me, she's like, books can get picked up in 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. Like, she was very clear about that. I was like, 2 months at the most. And that seems like a long ways away. And so I reach out to her at the 2-month mark or the 4-month mark or something like that. And I'm just like, hey, just checking in. Would love to know where we are with the book and what kind of feedback we're getting. And the feedback was positive. It's a great book. It's a great story. It's well written. I mean, yay, yay, and yay. I will take all 3. Thank you. But this is where my ego took a hit. Her platform just isn't big enough. AKA, she's not important enough. Did they say that? No. Is that how I took it? Yes. Did I cry? 1000%. I'm not good enough. This is what I was afraid of my entire life. Her platform isn't big enough. It was my biggest fear, that I wasn't important enough, that I wasn't relevant enough, that there wasn't people out there who cared about my story. Oof. And that was a tough pill to swallow. And I felt sorry for myself. And I boo-hooed myself. And I talked negatively to myself. And then when I was done with the pity party, I picked myself up. I believed just a little bit more and I moved forward. I'm like, you don't want it? I don't have a big enough platform. Watch me. This is the story I had been told much of my life, right? I'm like, I want to be on TV. And then the feedback that I would get was like, you're not good enough. You're not important enough. You're not relevant enough. And here it was happening again. But here's what I took from that first time is I was like, oh, really? Then I'll show you. Then I'll show you. Only this time now I have wisdom. Now I have experience. Now I have, again, nothing to lose, kind of like back then. And so I was like, you don't think have a platform? Watch me build it. And so that's where I found myself. I launched the podcast as a way to share the message and my story, to connect and to start building out my party, right? Because, I mean, they weren't wrong, right? My platform was like e-news and like television, and that platform was getting stale. And so I was like, I need to reinvent myself. I need to like start fresh. I have a new party to throw and I need a new guest list. And so this is how I've been building. I launched the podcast and I invited y'all in to this new part of me. And then when I finished with the first season of the podcast, I was like, okay, now how else do I grow? Now how else do I build? And again, I prayed about it and I just really felt a calling. Like, now is the time to go out. Don't do it behind a screen. Don't do it behind a microphone. It's time to get out there and go meet people and be out there. And I'm like, okay, how do I do that? Go speak about your experience. And so I Googled, how do you become a speaker? Just like 6 months prior, I Googled, how do you become a podcaster? How do you produce a podcast? Just like 6 months before that, I Googled, how do you become a published author? And I became curious and I became a student of relearning this new space. And so that is the place where I am now, building it all on the foundation of the memoir, on the foundation of my story, of my experience, of my purpose. And so that leads back to the question, well, where can I buy your memoir? It has not been published yet. Random House, what's the Penguin one? They've not picked it up. So my last conversation with my literary agent, I just was like, you know what? It's not the publishing house. It's not my book. It's not what's in my book. It's the timing. The timing is not right. and I need to build the house before I can invite anybody to the party. Ooh, that was a good metaphor. And so I've just been in a season of building. And, there's been a couple of times where people have said, you could self-publish. And absolutely, I think people who self-publish their book are extraordinary. And that's not off the table at all. I just don't want to force it for the sake of forcing it, for the sake of publishing it. I think sometimes as ambitious people, as ambitious women, I'm assuming just women are listening to this at this point, I just feel that ambitious women, sometimes we want something so badly that we force it to happen, and it's not the right time and it's not the right opportunity, but we must have it at this second, and it doesn't land the way we want it to land. And I pray about it. I've prayed about it. God, is this what you want from me? Is this what you want me to do? Am I being scared by not self-publishing it? Am I missing the boat? Am I not doing this properly? And I hear loud and clear, no, you're on the right path. And the book and the podcast and the speaking and all that you're building will have a solid foundation, and we're going to host one hell of a party. And guys, I can't wait till I can tell you, you can get on Amazon. You can get it Barnes & Noble because, people are buying books at Barnes & Noble now. But I believe that my book, and I think of her as her own entity, deserves her own time to shine. And she deserves to have her own celebration where people come to her party and celebrate her. And so I'm just working on building that guest list. And I believe that in God's timing, my book will be published in just the right way, on just the right day. And I believe that she will have the reach that she deserves. And so that's where I am with the book. She is not hiding. She is waiting for her perfect time. And I'm just out here building it. So thank you guys for your interest. I look forward to sharing it with you when the time is right. I don't know when that will be. I can send you a Google Doc. It's ready to go. If there are any editors out there who would like to edit it, by all means.
Hey, you're still here. Man, your dedication to get to the end, that's inspiring. I'd be so grateful if you hit that follow button and share this episode. And if you really loved it, hey, leave a review, because validation is my love language. Until next time, in the immortal words of Journey, don't stop believing.